All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are going to tackle something I think is pretty incredible: building your very own custom AI agent and doing it all right inside of Notion. And no, we're not waiting for some new feature, we're not writing any complicated code. I'm going to show you a really straightforward but super powerful method to create an AI collaborator that is built just for you.
So let me ask you something. Are you one of the many people out there kind of holding your breath, waiting for Notion to officially roll out some kind of AI agent feature? Dreaming of an AI that actually gets your projects, your research, your whole workflow?
Well, what if I told you that the wait is over? Yep, you heard me. You can build that exact, powerful, personalized AI collaborator right this second using the tools you already have in Notion.
Okay, so let's get into the core idea behind this whole thing. It's called the Wasabi method. And why Wasabi? Well, because it's a small, sharp, potent set of instructions that completely change the flavor of how you work with AI. The insight is simple. You do not need a magic agent button from Notion. All you need is a little bit of structure. We're talking clear instructions, a couple of databases, and a solid way to interact with it. And boom, you've got everything you need to build a functional agent today.
So how does it all work? Well, it all starts with what you can think of as the agent's brain. And this brain? It's built on a surprisingly simple 3-database foundation.
And you know what's so clever about this is just how simple it is. The entire system, the whole mind for your AI agent, is built on just 3. That's it. 3 simple databases. It's a perfect example of how giving AI structured data is the real key to unlocking its power. So let's break them down.
First up, you've got the knowledge base. Now think of this as your agent's library of absolute truth. This is where you're going to store the verified facts, the standard operating procedures, the established best practices. No guesswork allowed in here. This is the solid ground your agent operates from.
Okay, next, we give our agent a creative side, the speculation and ideas database. Think of this as its sandbox. It's a totally separate space for experimental thoughts, for brainstorming, for those unverified hypotheses. And this separation is absolutely crucial. It lets the agent explore all these new possibilities without messing up its core, verified knowledge.
And the third and final piece of the puzzle is the interaction logs. This database is, quite simply, the agent's memory. It's a running history of your conversations, the key decisions you've made together, and the patterns that show up over time. This is what gives your agent context and prevents it from forgetting everything between one session and the next.
Okay, so we have the architecture of the brain all mapped out. Now for the really fun part, designing its purpose. We are literally going to give our AI a specific job.
And this is why defining that purpose is so critical. I mean, look at this. An agent designed as a research analyst is going to prioritize evidence, it's going to synthesize data. But an agent built to be a creative project manager has to balance structure with creative freedom. The job you give it defines its entire personality and how it behaves.
So the key here is to be specific. Don't just tell it to be a research assistant. Define its personality, just like in this example. Giving it a tone, a sense of humor, and some clear values. That's what transforms it from just a tool into a true collaborator.
All right, the concept is locked in. Let's get our hands dirty and move on to the practical setup, how to actually build this knowledge system.
For your knowledge base, a simple table just like this is all you need to get started. You'll want a title, a category, and, this is really important, a verification status. This one property is what lets both you and the agent instantly tell the difference between a hard fact and something that needs another look. It's your blueprint for a reliable system.
Now you might be thinking, do I have to fill this whole thing up by myself? And the answer is absolutely not. This is the magic of the system. The agent helps build its own brain. You can prompt it to generate some initial knowledge, have it fact-check its own entries, and then you just add to it over time. It's a partnership right from day one.
Okay, so the agent is built, its knowledge is growing. The big question is, how do you actually talk to it? Let's walk through the day-to-day interaction flow.
Your agent is going to follow a really consistent 4-step process. First, it clarifies and makes sure it understands your request. Second, it checks its knowledge base for facts and its interaction logs for past context. Third, it puts together a response, making sure to separate fact from speculation. And finally, if the interaction was important, it documents the outcome. It's a super reliable and predictable loop.
So, how does it know to do all of this? This, my friends, is the secret sauce of the entire method. It's all powered by a single agent profile page. This is practical prompt engineering in action. It's just one page in Notion with all the instructions, its personality, its job, how to use the databases that you literally copy and paste into the Notion AI prompt to wake up your agent at the start of every single session.
And you use that profile by giving it clear commands, just like these. You can tell it to resume its role, or add this to the knowledge base, or switch to speculation mode, or even check the logs. These simple prompts become your control panel for directing the agent's focus and getting what you need.
Okay, we have covered the what, the why, and the how. Now, it's your turn to become a builder. Let's look at how you can actually get started.
And please, don't be intimidated by this. The initial setup, you can probably knock that out in about an hour. And in just a few hours total, you can have a functioning agent ready for its first real session. This isn't some massive, months-long project. It's a powerful afternoon of focused work.
Of course, you're probably going to hit a few small bumps. If your agent seems to forget context, just lean more heavily on the interaction logs. If it starts confusing facts with ideas, just go back and strengthen the instructions in its profile page. These are common issues, and believe me, they all have pretty simple fixes. And this is probably the most important takeaway of all. The goal here is not to build some perfect, flawless AI on your very first try. The goal is to create a useful AI collaborator, a partner that grows and evolves with you, and genuinely helps you think, create, and get your work done more effectively.
You know, this method essentially turns your Notion workspace into your own personal AI laboratory. You have the blueprint, you have the tools, and you have the instructions. The lab is officially open. So the only question left is, what will you create?